King Charles was given a 2-minute standing ovation after delivering a historic speech to the German Bundestag. The king got a 2-minute standing ovation after becoming the first British monarch to address the German parliament today with a witty speech celebrating our ability to laugh with and at each other. He cited the two nations' mutual move of everything from Monty Python to the Beatles, the electronic Krautrock band Kraftwerk, and in a solemn moment he even mentioned the war, but he got away with it. Even hard-left MPs nervous about an unelected monarch addressing the heart of German democracy were cheering him from the rafters by the end. In a 25-minute speech delivered in German and English, he had MPs in stitches with several wisecracks and even got a laugh by mentioning the England women's football team's European Championship final victory over Germany last year. More recent generations may think as readily of the Beatles or Kraftwerk as they do of Brahms or Byron, but the web of cultural connections is as strong as ever, he said, and perhaps most importantly, for the last 50 years we have laughed together, both at each other and with each other, adding, like all old friends at moments, the warmth of our relationship allows a small smile at each other's expense. In his speech he celebrated the shared bond between the two countries and urged the lower house of parliament, the Bundestag, to help write a new chapter in the nation's history. In the long and remarkable story of our two countries, there are many chapters yet unwritten, he said. Let us fill these with the restless pursuit of a better tomorrow. The 74-year-old monarch and Queen Camilla, 75, are on a 3-day state visit, the first of the new reign, to Germany at the request of Rishi Sunak's government, which wants to strengthen ties with key European neighbors after the strain of Brexit and forge a united front against Russia's invasion of Ukraine. King Charles, who will tomorrow pay his respects to the memory of around 43,000 people who died in Allied bombing of Hamburg in 1943, said heeding the lessons of the past was a sacred responsibility, but the monarch, who also addressed the parliament, noted that the scourge of war was back in Europe. The unprovoked invasion of Ukraine has inflicted the most unimaginable suffering on so many innocent people. Countless lives have been destroyed, freedom and human dignity have been trampled in the most brutal way. The security of Europe has been threatened, together with our democratic values, he said. The world has watched in horror, but we have not stood by. Even as we abhor the appalling scenes of destruction, we can take heart from our unity in defense of Ukraine, of peace and freedom. He and Camilla spent the day in the capital at engagements illustrating the themes of his speech. They went to an organic food market, met Ukrainian and other refugees, and saw some of the sights of Berlin. In a literal illustration of the message, the king and German President Frank-Walter Steinmeier watched a display of bridge building between their two nations during a visit to the first joint Anglo-German military unit in modern history. They went to Finofurt, 30 miles northeast of Berlin, to see soldiers from the integrated German and British Amphibious Engineer Battalion erect a crossing over the Oderhavel Canal in 5 minutes. The soldiers from the British 23 Amphibious Engineer Squadron, Royal Engineers, working with their German comrades in the Pioneer Brücken Battalion 130, used M3 amphibious bridges, swiftly maneuvered into place, to create the crossing. The integrated unit, which has a key role to play within NATO, was created in October 2021 when the British squadron was formally declared as a subunit of the German battalion. Colonel Simon Hurst, the senior British liaison officer in Germany and military attaché, said it was the two countries' first